as possible. Thank you guys so much for tuning in through all the 3 hours that we have been casting and that we've been here. We're going to be jumping into the finals, guys. This is it. This is the hype that we've all been waiting for. This is the revenge fight that Liquid Snute has been wanting. Byun took last game, or excuse me, not last game, last tournament last weekend. And Snute has been looking for the revenge ever since. So without further ado, guys, spawning in the bottom left position, it is the blue Terran player. It is Byun. And spawning in the top right position, it is the red Zerg player from Team Liquid. It is Snute. And like I was saying before, guys, Byun loves to join these tournaments. He loves to take the first place victory from everyone else and hear their salty tears. And Snute loves playing in these, and he's also enjoys playing in these at the same time. But Snute always ends up just never makes it to the finals as often as Byun does for various reasons. Last week we saw Creature, Alive, Solar, and Byun in the semifinals, and Snute got eliminated early on. And so right now it was just Snute and Byun's tournament, and now here we are in the finals, and we'll see what these guys can do. There should be some great plays from both players, and so I'm excited to see what's going on. So far, nothing too out of the ordinary for Snute or Byun. Both players playing pretty normal. Byun loves his barracks factory stuff. I think he might jump into some Cyclones. I don't know, we'll see. He has been favoring the Cyclones as of late. We'll see what this had to do. Reaper kind of floating around. Attention, Service Bay 5B closed for repairs due to recent meteor shower. Service Bay 5B, isn't that the Service Bay from Alien 2? I'm going to have to look that up. I bet that's not to the Alien series. I've never noticed that. Or is that just... Service Bay 5B, yeah. I bet that is a nod to the Alien series. I have to look that up now. Anyways, sorry guys. Nothing too much to report on. Standard play from both players. Marines factory going to the reactor. Stoneport's probably going to switch out with that reactor that's building on that factory. And then once it switches out, start pumping out a lot of medevacs, and Byun's probably going to try to drop like crazy against Snute. So it'll be super excited to see. Snute taking that third base, kind of uncontested. But he is playing against Byun, so I doubt Byun really cares that he's taking that third base. Byun going for this drop. We'll see if Snute spots it. He has vision through this Zelnaga tower. He's going to catch the tail end of it and sees it. Actually sees it for a good, basically the whole thing. Lings are here to kind of see it more. Lings coming in, knows they're not going to be able to find it, but look at all the queens from Snute. Snute just loves his queens, man. Queens is such a good unit. It's so great that they that Snute utilizes them as much as he does. I'm just clicking all over the place. Byun looks like he's going to go for that third base, clearing some creep out. This is the Terran push that I was saying before that Zerg really didn't capitalize on. This is kind of what destroys Zerg. If you keep pushing forward on focusing on the front, it kind of takes away from what they're trying to do. And Snute tries to spread creep like there's like no tomorrow, and that's what he needs to do right now, is to spread as much creep as he can. The third base from Snute is completely saturated, which is great for Snute. Byun doing a great job as well with these drops. But both players, kind of at the standstill. Interesting enough that the creep doesn't spread over that. I'm not too sure why. Another pickup from Byun. Byun going in from the south side of Snute. Sees what's going on. The creep spray comes here with the queens and kind of pushes Byun out. Byun sees that fourth base now and really wants to take that fourth base out. Here comes more army with this, and there's a lot of queens here. The queens are focusing down the medevacs, it looks like, and one of the medevacs is about to drop. And if Byun loses these medevacs, he will not be able to support these Marines. Medevacs doing everything they can to keep these Marines alive. Lings coming in, doing as much damage as they can. Queens focusing down the medevacs, but it looks like this last little bit of the Marines are being picked off. One by one, the Queens drop, a transfuse going off. And a couple good Bane hits. Not enough transfuses left, though. And the Queens are focused down the rest of the medevacs. And there's only 4 Queens left. Now there's 2. And Byun has broken the hold from this. And there's a lot of Lings left up here at the base. But I think Snoot's going to have to cancel that. He tried so hard to keep it, but just wasn't able to. More Banes coming in. The Bane upgrade for speed has just started, but it's just might be a little too late. If Snute loses this 4th base, or excuse me, his 3rd base, it's going to be bad news for him. He's forced to recall all his drones completely back. Bane's coming in. They don't have this speed upgrade, so I think this might be too much for Snute. More Banes coming in, landing on top of Byun, but Byun doesn't care. Byun ate all of those Bane hits, and Byun takes game number 2, or excuse me, game number 1, extremely quickly. Unfortunately, Snute was not able to hold all the Bane hits or as much as he wanted, and Snute, and actually Byun takes game number 1, and we'll be jumping into so we're going to be jumping into game number 2. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in and just like hosting the channel and doing all that great things. You guys have no idea how much that I appreciate that very much. And I'll be casting more always. Doing everything I can to cast as often as I can. And I appreciate you guys showing me the support, throwing me the shout outs on Twitter, and letting everyone know on your streams and hosting and all that. It's been absolutely amazing to see the channel grow in the past few weeks, and you guys have been absolutely amazing. And I'm enjoying. I casted Dust League last night, and we're going to have an international tournament next week. I'm assuming it's going to be next week. It's going to be in the Philippines, and we're going to have some amazing Southeast Asia. There we go. Wow. I don't want to say Southeast Asia players showing up for that tournament. So you guys make sure you follow the channel and follow me on Twitter to keep updated with that. And thank the ESL. Thank ESL and the ESL admins for putting on these groups once a month, or actually once a week. And as always, thanks people at Blizzard for putting on such a great game. We'll be jumping into the game momentarily. Take a look, seeing what's going on Reddit. Anything going on Reddit? Nope. Yay. Alright guys, we'll be jumping here just momentarily. And we'll get this going here. I just of course want to thank again ESL for everyone. ESL for everything they do. And it's been absolutely amazing. Try to get this going. Make sure you guys let everyone know what is going on. Snute versus Byun in the finals of the ESL Cup number 101. These guys are just battling out for a mere $50, but it's amazing that we're going to be able to get these great plays. And we'll jump into it momentarily when the game starts up. Get this guy's going here shortly. There we go. Best of 5. There we go. Beyond. Nope, nope. Alright, guys. Thanks again so much for all the continued support you guys have been showing me. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and I love you very much. And I'm trying to break that 200 viewer count. And I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in and all of the support you've been showing me so far. So without further ado, let's jump into game number 2. Spawning in the bottom right position from Team Liquid is the red Zerg player Snute. And spawning in the top left position is the blue Terran player. It is Byun. So again, like I was saying before, Snute loves playing on these small, scrappy maps. And what we've seen before... I would have said before that Liquid Snute loves playing on these scrappy maps because what he basically does every time that I've noticed is he... takes third base and defends it so well that basically the guy goes broke trying to take out that third base, and the Liquid just counter, and the Snute just counters off of it. That's what I've seen him do every matchup so far, except this last one when we played against Byun. He lost the third base and wasn't able to defend it. But against Crucial, against Zero, that's basically all he did. It's absolutely amazing. His defenses are so good. And it's going to be interesting to see what he does against Byun this time. And Byun's going for a very different build this time, going for the double gas right away into the factory with the Hellions. So maybe he might drop out some Hellions, or excuse me, from the factory dropping into the reactor, which might pop out those Hellions that might turn into some Hellbats. We'll see if Byun tries to go that route. I'm not 100% yet. I really don't like calling the builds in the first 2 minutes, but we'll see if that's what he just decides to do. Here comes 2 Hellions and a starport behind this, but we'll see. We'll see what he decides to do with it, if he puts an armory anywhere behind this, or if he's just going to start pumping out Hellions. 2 more Hellions come out, so he might be going for that... it might actually turn into this the Reaper Hellion push that we see before. What ends up happening, that Reaper gets surrounded by the Hellions, and he throws grenades, and it kind of launches the Queens up in the air right at the transfusing moment. So the Queens were not able to transfuse each other. We've seen it happen a couple times. One more hit on that Reaper, and those Queens would have killed it, but 2 more Hellions coming across the map, and doesn't look like... And look at 2... here's the armory. There we go. Armory's here in the back, so these Hellions are going to turn into Hellbats. And Liquid, or excuse me, Snute is going to have a hard time dealing with 4 Hellbats. Speedling's getting a complete surround on it, which has been absolutely amazing. It's going to stop Byun's attack almost instantly. Lee's going to get around on the Reaper as well. And going after the Hellions that actually might get up and get the surround off it. If he gets this surrounded, it's going to spell bad news. Gets it surrounded, gets almost the last hit. But he sees the Hellions coming across the map, and Liquid Snute knows he needs to start defending. 2 Queens here at the third base. Snute gets his third base up, and more... Snute needs more units for what's about to hit him right now. Snute needs to get... and here we go. Hellbats coming in with the Marine plane. Only 2 Queens are here. Now there's 3 Queens, and the Queens almost hit that last Hellbat, but amazing micro from Byun, and Byun saves these Hellbats. And 3 more Hellions come across the map, and a Liberator is being built at the same time. Here comes a run by from Liquid Snute. Snute's going to run to that base and wreak havoc if the supply depots are up. So he's not going to be able to get there unless he gets the cancel off on this, which looks like he's going to do. Looks like he's going to try to get the cancel off this. That one lonely Marine. Oh, here comes the Hellbats. Hellbats are coming in. Going to try to get the surround on top of these queens. There's 5 queens here. This is not going to be enough damage. 1 queen gets dropped already. And there's 2 more queens that are about to drop. 2nd queen gets dropped. 3rd queen gets dropped. And Lings are coming in and trying to do as much damage as they can. There's 5 Hellbats left. The medevacs are here doing so much. They're healing it. Queens take out the Hellion, or the medevac, which is great. 1 more Hellion goes down. 1 more Hellbat is up left. There's 3 Hellbats and 2 Marines. And I don't know if Liquid Snute's going to be able to hold this. The Hellbats put themselves in the corner. There's no more medevacs here to support the Hellbats, but the Hellbats put themselves in the corner and do such a good job of holding it. 6 drones go down. There we go. And here comes more Lings, and Liquid Snute holds at 3rd base. Yet again, upgrades started for Snute, and Snute needs these upgrades. At the same time, Byun starts his upgrades, so both players are going to be kind of even with their upgrades. The only difference is the stem packs for the Marines are going to have such a hard time dealing with when the Lings are going to have such a hard time dealing with the stem Marines. But right now, I don't see a second, there's a second command center from Byun, but he hasn't really tried to lift off. There he goes. Kind of ballsy to do that right in front of him, knowing these Lings are coming out. And Snute upgrading to Lair, getting the Bailey Nest. Once he gets the Bailey Nest, he needs to drop down and get the Bane upgrades and spread the creep. But he's unfortunately hasn't been able to spread as much creep as he's like. He needs more queens out, and here comes a Bio Ball with Hellions that will turn into Hellbats here. Snute doesn't have vision of this 3rd base. And neither did Byun. Byun didn't see that 4th base from Snute, and Snute, here comes Snute, here comes Byun fighting up to Snute's 3rd base. Like I said, Snute loves defending this 3rd base. That Spore Crawler is going to go down. A lot more queens are here for this fight. Focusing down, and gets 1 of the medevacs, and now there goes all the support from Byun. Byun only has this 1 medevac that's slowly losing the energy, trying to heal up the rest of his army. And a lot of people don't realize this is actually a very surprising thing, losing, like not having enough energy on these medevacs. And here we go. So Snute sees this 3rd base up and running, so he knows what he's fighting against. He sees that upgrade, or excuse me, he sees that 3rd base, and he knows he's fighting against the proxy hatch with the Spire here in the back. Spire is halfway done. Baneling Speed is halfway done at the same time. Carapace upgrade for the ground army for Snute. But Byun's coming here. He's going to go after that 4th base. These Lings are fighting, but doesn't want to fight off creep. Here comes some Widow Mines. And it looks like this 4th base from Snute is about to go down. Bane's coming in. Widow Mine lands. Great hit on top of those Banes, but Lings are here to do as much damage as they can. Widow Mine lands on top of those Lings, but there's so much Marines here that this 4th base from Snute is about to drop. And unfortunately for Snute, he loses his 4th base. But he's not over yet. He's rallying back. He's getting more Banes. 26 Lings coming out. 14 Banes. Carapace upgrade is about 50%. Almost done. And here we go. The Carapace upgrade is almost finished as well for Liquid Snute. Mutas are here to fight as well to try to snipe the medevacs. If Snute can hold this, Byun will be in a world of hurt. Byun or Snute needs some great Bane hits in order to deal with. He needs to either start burying his Banes. Here's a 4th base up here at Snute, but looks like Byun's going to counter it and take it. And here we go. Snute's trying everything he can to stop this. Middle Mines are being scattered across the map. Here comes another Bio army with Marauders coming in. Marines coming in. Great splits from Byun. More Lings streaming in. More Banes coming in, but just not enough. Mutas are here at the same time as well for Byun. More Banes trying to get on top of 1 Bane, sacrificing himself onto this, and just so much damage here. Oh, there's just so much damage here. I don't think Snute's going to be able to hold his 3rd base yet again, unfortunately. Byun's trying everything he can, throw the last little bit of the Banes on top of this army. Mutas are here as well. Great contacts with this Banes, but I don't think it's going to be enough, and there's just so much here supporting this army from Byun, and Byun takes game number 2 from Snute. And again, at Snoot's third base. Snoot's trying so hard to defend his third base. With those bans, just not enough, unfortunately. And we're throwing into game number 3. Look how much APM these guys have. That is absolutely insane, man. Absolutely insane. That's just... Wait till you guys see me play. It's going to be stupid. It's going to be absolutely stupid. And so, guys, we're so close to determining who's going to be our #1 finalist. Is going to be jumping into game number 3. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to check out all the players that's played, make sure you do the command bracket, command casters to figure out who I am. Command info for the tournament. And I appreciate the Spanish speakers here. Don't know where you guys come from, but I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I wonder if it's going to get deleted. We'll be jumping into... Here we go, guys. We're going to be jumping to game number 3. I want to thank everyone that's been tuning in so far and supporting the channel. You guys have been awesome. We reached our 200 goal hype, and it's absolutely amazing that you guys did that. It's amazing to see how many people are on my channel. I've been watching the... I've been watching me cast, and I've been appreciating so much that you guys have been doing that for me. It's been an absolute dream of mine to cast StarCraft, and you guys are just making this dream come true, and I appreciate it so much. And make sure you guys stay tuned, because there'll be more ESL Cups next week. There should be the Psistorm Cup coming up here. Haven't released the days on that yet, and we're also doing a Filipino Cup as well, so make sure you guys tune in for that, and those games should be absolutely amazing. And some more Dust League too. That would be a lot of fun. Hopefully I get to do that here soon. So thanks again, guys. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Let's jump into the game. Alright, guys. So spawning in the top left position in the habitation station is the red Zerg player from Team Liquid. It is Snute. And spawning in the top right position is the blue Terran player. It is Byun. It looks like Snoot's trying to be a little cheeky this time, going for pool before hatchery. And he's not doing the hatchery on the gold. I would assume he would try to, risk it for the biscuits. He needs to win this. Right now it is, beg your pardon. It's 2-0 right now in this best of 5. So Snute needs to win 3 in a row, but I have seen him do it in the past tournaments before. So we'll see what exactly he does. And let's get this going. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go to crack this Canadian Dry ginger ale. And beyond just risking it for the biscuit by not putting this wall here, but I'm pretty sure he's confident into what Snute has to do. Snute getting a queen out. A couple Reapers flowing across the map. Excuse me, 1 Reaper's going across the map. That it's again, both players not really showing their build or doing anything super cheeky. I mean, going quick pool is kind of cheeky for Snute, but nothing out of the ordinary. Excuse me 1 second, guys. Nope. Alright, guys. I'm responding to something real quick. Beg your pardon on the wait on that. Is this Reaper going to catch it? Catches it and sees it. So Snute takes the 3 base before 3-minute marker. He just loves doing that. The queen's flying in the air. You guys missed it earlier. I thought it would be really funny to see queens fly. Like an upgrade you get like on a tier 3 and make them turn into like the Brood War type queens. But all they do is just throw down spore crawlers. You can't like not build on the existing spore crawlers, but like throw it down. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's just me. I thought it'd be really funny. Kind of like Overlords, you know. I don't know. That's just me though. I think it'd be kind of funny. Make them float across the map. Have them move as slow as Brewlords or their normal slow speed, but in air. And I don't know. Things I think of. So we do see Hellions coming out. Doesn't look like Byun will go for the same. Doesn't look like Byun will go for that same type of build with the armory at all. As I say that, here he is building the armory. So it looks like he will go for that. I mean, Snute had a hard time dealing with those Hellbats. So it kind of makes sense. At the same time, sending the Liberator here in the back, Snute's going to have a hard time dealing with it, especially since he uses his Queens for more of a defensive way. As you've seen him do it before, time and time after again. 5 minutes in, we see a huge ball of army coming across the map. And Snute does not see this army coming at all. He's going to be completely caught off guard. Spawn more Overlords. Alright, so now he's on top of the creep. Snute sees his army, but he just does not have enough to deal with it. There's one medevac in here and a Reaper, but the Hellions haven't been shown just yet. I think he's just hanging tight, keeping them at the base. I don't know what he's doing with them. But fight is burning all. Here's the Hellions, and they're turning into Hellbats, but there's a lot more Queens this time for Snute's army, but Snute's just trying to buy as much time as he can to try to fight this army. Hellbats, one Hellbat going down. Lings are coming here for the support, but the Queens just can't deal with it, and there's a lot of Hellbats here, a lot of Marines. One more Hellbat goes down. There's only one left, but there's a lot of medevacs here, and Byun, looks like Byun's going to take it, completely destroys the rest of Snute's Queens, and the Hellbat's still up, and Snute loses his third base, and I think Snute might lose game number 3 again to these Hellbats. Hellbats are just proven to be so strong in this case. Link streaming in, but there's just nothing here for Snute, and Snute doesn't want to tap out yet. Well played, gets called, and GG. And Byun takes game number 3 and takes the series and the tournament in a 3-0 fashion against Snute. And amazing plays from both players. And it was such an exciting matchup, and I love watching Snute play, but Byun just manhandled him so well. We saw Snute play so well coming up to it, but unfortunately Byun just outplayed him, and again just took him out of his third base with those Hellbats. And Hellbats are really strong against Terran, as we've seen, and I won't be surprised if I start seeing more people on the Terran ladder start doing that. And I thank you guys so much for all the recent follows. All the replays will be up on my YouTube, so if you follow me on Twitter, you will see the YouTubes. So I beg your pardon if you guys don't see them, but they will be up, or just search YouTube. My name is Draven on YouTube, and I'll get those up for you guys. And I appreciate everyone that's tuning in and that has tuned in. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and I appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. This was the ESL Cup number, what was he, number 100, and you guys have been absolutely amazing. Appreciate the follows, appreciate all the new supporters, and the crazy part is we reached the 200 goal, and I'm super excited. What's going to happen is let's see here, what's going on, who's playing that I want to show off. That's it? Well, we'll give it to Ruff, why not? We'll throw some love to Ruff, why not? But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to throw it to main man Ruff. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll be playing later. I'll be casting as always. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch. You guys have been amazing. Appreciate it so much. You guys have a good night.
battlefield.